Following the mainstay arc, in Oshi No Ko, we have the Scandal arc. It's pretty short, but the events that take place in this arc carry consequences that actually set up the rest of the story. Of course, this video will contain spoilers from the manga, mainly from chapters 99 to 108. Chapter 98 ended with Aqua reawakening his Black Staringan as he vowed to take down Hikaru, and so chapter 99 continues, soon after as we see Aqua sitting in his room, planning to get his revenge. From there we cut to Shun worried for Mimi, after some of her old videos showing her face got leaked. She had said a lot of stuff, such as insulting other people, and basically got cancelled. However, Ruby suggests Mimi can just join Bikomachi now, that her face has been revealed. Kana leaves the room immediately after hearing that, and is concerned, as Mimi and her share similar characteristics. Both can talk crazy, and may even have to fight for fans on stream. Kana already feels like she's the least popular in Bikomachi, and knows a lot of their success is due to Ruby alone. Kana hasn't been able to secure any acting work for a while now either. Being an idol is really her only job now, and she feels like an extra for Ruby on stage. Of course, Kana is questioning if she really wants to be Ruby's follower forever, and even questions why she became an idol in the first place. Kana remembers it was for Aqua, but now she believes Aqua hates her after he pushed her away accidentally. With that in mind, we then see Kana taking the risk to go out drinking with Mako Azami, an actress who she's acquainted with. This leads to Kana meeting the famous director, Masanori Shima. Kana actually came here hoping to meet Shima and form a connection with him to potentially get an acting role. Fortunately, Shima does know of Kana's acting abilities, and believes he can make the best out of it, which leads to them exchanging contact info. That leads into them setting up a meeting later on, but before that, we learn our social media accounts belong to the agency through Ruby's complaining. In fact, agencies even have the rights to use the real names as trademarks. Miyako and Shun then explain to Ruby how an agency basically owns the rights to an idol's personal life too. As Kana says, it's like idols have the least human rights in the entertainment industry. Miyako does take a hands-off approach with the adults though, meaning Kana can make decisions for herself. Then we see her at the dinner meeting with Shima, and as they talk, we can see he really does think and care about the actors. They get along quite well and Kana feels like she's back in the acting world. This eventually leads to Shima suggesting he wants to make actors like Kana more appreciated, especially with his next work. He does want to learn more about Kana, but realizes he can't take a minor out so late at night. Kana is 18 though, and strongly expresses her interest in the role. Hearing that, Shima suggests they go to his place nearby instead. Since Shima is married, Kana isn't too worried, but that might soon change as we see a man in a car with the camera, watching them go inside. When inside Shima's workplace, Kana looks around and quickly discovers a bed, leading her to presume he brings the woman over without his wife knowing. Kana believes she's already used to the scenario though, and even has excuses in mind. Shima can tell Kana is a bit cautious too, and even says he thinks she's attractive. Shima's obviously a playboy, and even reveals his wife sleeps around too. They basically got an open relationship going on. Shima's okay if Kana wants to leave, but lets her know he won't let her down, and can even create Kana her very own masterpiece if she let him. Shima then pats Kana on the head, revealing that he knows her struggles and how much she wants to get back into acting. There's a sense of liberation that comes with a great role that's unforgettable. As he gets more intimate, Kana herself believes she would do anything to feel that again. Yet, before Shima can actually get to work on her, Kana remembers Aqua and stops Shima, revealing that she likes someone else. Shima's surprisingly pretty understanding, and is even interested in Kana's venting about Aqua. Learning that Kana still wants Aqua, even though he's been in a relationship for over a year, interests Shima enough to offer a role to Kana. Ultimately, this ends up in Kana leaving his place in the morning, but not before a camera captures her exit in 4K. Then we get to an idol festival, with Ruby listening to other idols yap about their relationships. Ruby's surprised by how many girls in the industry have a boyfriend. Fans generally seem to believe idols shouldn't have boyfriends, and many believe it's unprofessional to drop hints about relationships. Celebrities do try to protect themselves while taking risks here and there, but things have changed in recent times with social media. More articles means each single piece becomes less important, and scandals have become less fatal to talents. Later, Memcho and Kana see the news of a popular idol quitting, and Kana explains that some people just understand that they aren't cut out for a job. Any job you don't like can be annoying. Hearing that, Memcho can tell something is up before Kana expresses how she just wants to be alone for a bit. Memcho then goes straight for Aqua and tells him that Kana seems to be pondering to herself a lot these days. At this rate, something bad could happen soon. Memcho knows Aqua doesn't want to hurt Kana by unintentionally being suggestive towards her, but she's also certain Kana became an idol for him too. It's because of Aqua that Kana entered this world, yet Aqua's already descended into hell now. He can't face her like this. At the same time, we see that shady reporter come up to Kana, as well as the email he sent to Miyako. His department would like to publish an article about Shima and Kana's meeting. As for Kana, she is shook after hearing the reporter's question about her relationship with Shima. They were in an apartment together at night, even though Shima is a married man, so it's the perfect scoop for a scandal. Kana's in shock, questioning what to say before just running away. Even though nothing happened between her and Shima, Kana was still alone at his place at night, which is a bad look for her. Kana drops everything in a panic as she keeps running. Miyako can't reach her, and Aqua points out Kana skipped practice for the first time too. This means Miyako can't even hear Kana's side of the story. Meanwhile, Kana can't help but think of all the hate coming her way. She knows exactly what they'll say to her. Things like Kana sleeps her way to the top, and that she should just quit. Honestly, it's a really good panel, expressing what Kana's going through right now. At some point, Kana's crouched all alone somewhere, as she doubts herself as an idol, because of her personality. She doesn't want to cause trouble, and wants someone to tell her what to do. It's like the world doesn't want this version of Kana. Tears stream out of her eyes, believing this world is not for her, and even gets to the point of asking Aqua for help. However, Kana immediately questions what she just said. Does she rely on a man every time she needs help? Kana finds that gross, and quickly stands back up. It's tough because they're gonna call her all types of things. But you know what? Kana knows she's used to this stuff, and lets all her feelings out. They can say whatever they want, but Kana won't let this bother her. Aqua's there too, listening, and is pleased because he always knew Kana wouldn't break because of something like this. Soon we see Kana return to Miyako, and the group tries to reassure Kana that this doesn't disqualify her from being a pro. Some reporters will do whatever it takes to get a scoop, but idol scoops don't really make that much in the first place. Plus, it's pretty clear that the reporter is mainly after director Shima instead. If only they changed the time they entered the apartment a bit, they would be safe. Miyako does blame herself for not teaching Kana the basics of avoiding reporters, and goes on to explain them to the group. Things like having apartments reporters struggle to get into, no hand holding or hugging in public with the opposite gender, private rooms at restaurants, and so on. Afterwards, Kana apologizes to the group for failing to see her surroundings, and Mamcha quickly comforts her like a true friend. Later that night, Ruby talks to Aqua about Kana's future before he asks Ruby a question. Even if it hurts them, if there is a way to save Kana, does Ruby want to save her? Then we get a rare shot of Ruby's white snoring gun in this arc, as she says of course she wants to save Kana, because they're friends. That's all Aqua needed to hear before heading out. As for Ruby, she goes back to Miyako, asking how they can stop the reporter. However, there's only one way to stop them, but they have no way of using it. Luckily for them, Aqua is making moves as he secretly meets up with Itano, the reporter who caught Kana. Itano wants more info on Kana, but Aqua wants him to hide her name. He can't though, because this is the main article for the next issue. Kana is an adult and public figure, so they have no reason to hide her name, even if she's still in high school. Aqua thinks the problem is the reporter acting like a stalker, but Itano counters by stating he's just reporting facts and not what happened afterwards. It's up to the reader to decide what happened, but even if nothing happened, they'll still find Kana guilty. Even though Itano thinks this is morally wrong, he is still a reporter. There are some reporters who write about entertainment, some who hate their job but still do it, and those who enjoy watching celebrities fall. Aqua believes Itano is the first type, which is why Aqua can enact his plan. He has nothing to say about Kana, but something even better. A story that will shake the world and hurt the hearts of many. That story is none other than the truth, the eye of children, which is revealed to the world the next morning. The only way to stop a report is by bartering one scandal for another. Now the entire world knows that Aqua and Ruby are the children of Ai. This quickly becomes the #1 trending topic in Japan, with everyone talking about the tragedy of Ai again. Of course, people have their own takes on a minor and idol having children at her age. Aqua even says he's the one who wanted to reveal it before the news went public. We can see many people discussing the news, and even some disappointed. Even Akane gets a cameo in this arc, believing Aqua can no longer be stopped now. As for Ruby, she's furious at Aqua for revealing Ai's secret, and possibly ruining her reputation. However, Ruby did say she'd want to save Kana if it was possible. Ruby believes Aqua betrayed Ai though, but Aqua believes Ai would just laugh. In fact, since she's dead already, Aqua believes this information is better used to help those still alive. Ruby turns away and understands that their reputation will soar. Yet, as Aqua reaches for her, Ruby tells him not to touch her. Ruby felt connected to Aqua because of their shared love for Ai, but doesn't think he cares anymore. Aqua denies that, but Ruby calls him a liar, along with everyone else. As of now, Ruby can't think of Aqua as family anymore, and tells him goodbye, leaving Aqua alone to pick up the pieces. Quite literally, as Aqua says this is all necessary for Ruby to live in this world, even after he's gone. A few weeks go by, and Kana's article is never published, and she knows it's because of Aqua. During a public conference, Ruby also reveals that she made Ai's wish to perform at the dome come true. In the end, that goal to make their mother's wish a reality ultimately turned this into a beautiful story. The twins have grown even more popular, on track to be in top talents. As for Kana, she is finally meeting with Aqua. At first they talk about Ai, and how Aqua was more cheerful back then. Kana understands loss in her own way too, due to seeing so many people turn their backs on her. Even Aqua seems to be one of those people who hated her, and turned their back on Kana. Aqua tries to deny it, but Kana really believes Aqua hates and avoids her. But finally, Aqua reveals that's really cause he doesn't want to interfere with their idol work, like if they got caught together. Kana seems to realize that Aqua is trying to protect her, before literally smacking him with the tissue box, enraged that he didn't just tell her. Aqua doesn't even know what he could have said though. Should he have just told her to stay away, to not fall in love with him? That gets Kana even more riled up though, as this is all based on the assumption that Kana liked him in the first place. Except she would never fall for someone like him. Kana literally says she never thought of Aqua as a love interest, and never will. In fact, there's a limit to him being conceited. Ultimately, Aqua won't have to worry much longer, as Kana has decided she'll quit being an idol soon. She just really wants to be an actor no matter what. It won't be now though, but Aqua better idolize her while he can. She does let Aqua know she sees him as a childhood friend. Aqua is a precious friend, and that they should get along as friends like usual. Kana says she won't fall for a guy with a girlfriend, only for Aqua to say that they broke up. Of course, Kana is surprised but tries to play it off as she remembers how she just shot herself in the foot only a few moments ago. Kana really is the best choke artist of Oshi No Ko. The next we see of those two are them talking about ways to die, in a pit of tarantulas, shot by a machine gun, or by a fallen meteorite. Aqua chooses number 3 since it won't be painful if they die instantly, which is kinda ironic for certain reasons. Kana says the tarantulas are the right choice because they aren't even poisonous. Just saying though, I'd rather choose the other two options than being in a pit of tarantulas, not gonna lie. But enough of my arachnophobia. As soon as Kana calls Aqua by name, a whole bunch of fangirls appear out of nowhere, and they have to make a run for it. Aqua is so famous now since the article came out. Ai's death really did leave a strong lasting impression on people. After Kana comes up with a nickname and leaves happily, Memcho appears and is happy to see them getting along again. Although, as Akane's friend, she wants Aqua to still get along with her too. Aqua tells her not to worry though, because he's thrown away the naive thought of ever being happy. Memcho thinks it's because of the recent breakup, but Aqua explains that it's just more convenient to build a decent relationship with Kana now. After all, he'll use any means to get revenge now, even if it's Kana herself. Now that the article is out, the fight has begun. Things are going as planned and we see Ruby and Aqua passing by each other, but neither of them saying anything. That's how much their relationship has fallen apart. Now we see Ichigo confronting Aqua, enraged after what Aqua did. Aqua came to talk, but Ichigo is furious at Aqua for dishonoring Ai, as if he'd do anything to make himself famous. However, Aqua reveals he knows the true mastermind behind Ai's death. He doesn't tell Ichigo though, because he knows Ichigo would just go kill Hikaru himself. There's no way Aqua can just kill him, and Ichigo asks what he's planning. Ever since Aqua was little, he kept thinking about how to get revenge, and make his father suffer the most. He wrote down everything he could think of, but it just felt like a child throwing a tantrum. It was the most reckless plan ever. However, now Aqua finally has all the cards in his hand to make his revenge a reality. He has no choice but to do it quickly now that the article about Ai is out. Yet, Aqua needs Ichigo to help him out. Then the arc comes to an end as we cut to Kotana thinking about Ai, before finally believing that this is the time for him to fulfill his promise. He clicks his mouse, and then we see the proposal for a film, titled The 15-Year Lie. This is where the scandal arc ends, and also the beginning of the movie arc. That's definitely a solid transition to the next arc, which is also going to be the longest one. I might have to split the next one into parts or something. At least, I might have to clear some space on my PC for that one. But yeah, while the scandal arc was so short, it was one of my favorite moments of the series, with the reveal and the argument between the twins. I really can't wait to see that moment animated because of its importance, as well as that foreshadowing from Aqua about his true plan. It's kinda wild that Kana was actually the one who set the story on the path it's on. Like Aqua mentioned, he had no choice but to move forward with his plan once he exposed Ai's secret. If it wasn't for Kana, who knows when that would have come out, or if it ever would. Anyways, let me know what y'all thought about this arc in the comments, and as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. I got some Oshi No Ko content here too that you can check out. Peace.